Disinformation is destructive. Fake news buries the facts and distorts the truth. What can journalists and activists do to fight back against false narratives? The four partners in the EU project S-Info Sustainable Information held 3 online debates in search of answers. In the second debate, special guests discussed how false narratives question the science of climate change, damage green activism and influence green policies. Here are a few success stories of activists collaborating with journalists to fight their causes and their battles against false narratives.
The main false narrative that we faced as committee was happening from the cruise ship lobbies as well as the port authority and the port front. So the forces that are both public and private that has pushed and had pushed, and they are still pushing for an agenda that sees the industry well and alive here in Venice. The committee has been proactively seeking to push back against this narrative, framing these issues as an international issue, showing how it wasn't just the people living in Venice. So it wasn't just a matter of a community fighting against this industry, but also a struggle that was international, that was people all over the world, not just the citizens, perceiving this issue as detrimental and threatening for the survival of Venice.
What happened is that in summer 2020, summer 2021, Draghi issued the first decree that banned the cruise ship out of the lagoon. After 2 weeks, we had 2 cruise ships that were expected to enter again through the Giudecca Canal back to the terminal as business as usual, same as it was. We organized a demonstration, and in that demonstration, we had small to no media coverage, both local and national. What we had was international media, or the news of our demonstration saying that unraveling the hypocrisy of the government at that time was all over the news. And we had interview taken by Indonesian press, Australia, United States, UK, as well as other countries of Europe. And in a couple of days, a second decree was issued that was the final one. If we didn't have international media coverage, it would have been very difficult for us to give attention to the problem we were facing, because the only coverage we had in Italy was that of the independent press. In that sense, I think that there was a very good alliance among us and journalists coming from all over the world.
Therefore, the independent media has been crucial to us from day one. Every campaign that we have won has been helped enormously by the independent media, especially since if you consider that we are banned on national television and radio. This is a Pravda-like situation. So if it were not for the independent media, I tell you, we would not have won any campaigns. Now, because it is them who drum up what remains of the support. One case in point was the project to excavate a 5-story underground museum just a couple of meters away from our cathedral, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Now, excavating through rock 5 stories down, just 2 meters away from the walls of the cathedral, was an insane project. And yet, when it was launched, because it had the blessing and the promotion of the Prime Minister, of everyone in government. The people were led to believe that this was a great thing, which will draw hordes of tourists to Malta. It is only by pounding and pounding the airwaves of the independent media, the newspapers and the radios, that we managed to bring the population to understand the risks involved.
I might have a particular situation. It might be a particular situation in my case, because what I'm actually doing is to use my notoriety in Romania that I got in the sports field to put it at the help of different environmental and social causes, okay? Because I don't have only this project. I was involved in the past in protecting Romania virgin forest. Now I run another project that was on the first page of the BBC. So usually each kind of little thing, each Senate committee that I passed, each part of the process, I try to push it into the media, because after I got some significant media coverage, you know, from big media outlets, then I was sending these links on those politicians. So basically I got a small success, it got into the media, and then I sent it to the chief of the Senate, to the chief of the Chamber of Deputy, to the Prime Minister, to the lady who is dealing at the Romanian president with environmental issues. So all the time I kept these people involved. Some people in the NGOs, you know, they have a media list. Yeah, they have a media list. And if they want to transmit something, they just send an email to everyone. Of course, nobody is looking. Few people understand that journalists every day, you need to fight like this for the attention of the journalists in the country and in the world. There are happening millions of things every moment. Okay, they have deadlines. They are overwhelmed by their work and so on. So why they should publish you? So I think a journalist, at least from my experience, will publish you for 3 reasons. And the last is how important is the subject, I'm sorry to tell you. First is that they know you and they respect you, at least in my opinion, at least in my case. Secondly, is that you are having a personal connection with that journalist, many, some of them dating for many years. And you are not going to the journalist to ask things. They call you in a lot of things, asking for your opinion, and you help them every time that was possible. And only the third time is that the thing is newsworthy. Because other thing, any little shit, you can transform it in a news if you know how to package it. You know better than me, you know? So for me, this is the things. So when I have something important, okay, don't write to 200 journalists, but you know, I have a, I don't know, 30 people list that are really important to me and close to me, you know, TV, main TVs, main websites, main newspapers. And all the time, usually, if I want to push into the media a project, I call these people, each one of them personally, and I explain them about the project and make them knowledgeable about the project, you know, and get them to understand that it's not about me, it's about the thing that affects us all, including the journalist. And the journalist want to write because this will make his own life and his children's life better, because the journalists, like me, like everyone, are people first and foremost.